Hello guys, this is Tatsuki. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be doing like a tutorial, something better than making QQ bands. Well, it is QQ band making, but like something I'm gonna like tell you recipes, like good recipes, like sort of thing, on how to make really good QQ bands and like what items you need to use and other things like that. But it's got a few steps in making a good QQ band. Obviously, you will need some of the materials. I will tell you how to get some of the materials, but some I obviously do not know how to get all of them, sadly. But if I do not know certain information on how to get a certain piece of item or clothing, would you mind, guys, telling me in the description below for people who really want to try to find the thing. And the second thing is is that if you want to make a good QQ band, you may need to be patient because it will not work properly first try. I searched up sometimes some reason sometimes it happens to me, but like 2 level 5 pieces of clothing make some reason a level 2 QQ band or level 1. And I was wondering like why? Well, it depends on luck, and if you really got bad luck, well, that will happen. And it does take a few tries. But eventually you will make a good QQ band. Hopefully. Yes, hopefully. And guys, at the end of each QQ band I make, I will tell you. I'll obviously fast forward how many times I'll do it because it'll mess up the video in the process by doing so. So I'm gonna like fast forward it to the bit when I actually get a successful good QQ band. I'll tell you how many tries it took me, in case you're kind of curious. Case you'll be like, oh, it must have took you like forever to get or something. But don't worry, I'll tell you how long it takes, like how many tries it took me, at least. Because, like I said, it happens at random, okay? So you may have better luck on me, or you may have worse luck on me than me, so. That's pretty much it to the rules about this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you need to know about this. Without further ado, let's get on with it. So the first QQ band we need to make is a good one. Which, in order to make this piece of clothing, this QQ band that's really good, I'll tell you the stats first. If you prefer them stats, then carry on listening to this. But if you don't like the stats to this, then skip on to the next QQ band that will be mentioned. By the way, the stats I'll tell you will be like the mean sort of stats. That's like the limit. It's kind of like a bit of like an estimate sort of thing, what it could be like, round about the limit, if you get what I mean, if that's a very successful QQ band. So, this QQ band increases 4 arrows plus on health, -3 on key, I think, yes, key. Yeah, -3 on key, +4 on stamina, +5 on basic attacks, -5 on strike supers, and -3 on key blast supers. If you like them stats, we'll proceed on listening through this QQ band. But like I said, if you don't really like the stats, could be because of the key blast supers or whatever, you can skip on to the next one and listen to that one. So basically you just choose what recipe you prefer and then just stick with it, if you find it suits you best for your character. Anyway, let's start off. The first thing you'll need is the Seiyuki costume, which is the chest. Let me quickly look. I am just looking now. We need to go over here. Right. It would be easier to appear on here. So what did I mention? Oh yes, the Seiyuki costume. I'll tell you where to get when I actually find the goddamn thing. I did have it, I'm pretty sure. This will take... Oh, found it. It says here, a journey to the west style costume. Right, I don't know where precisely you get, but I do know you get somewhere of a person around Canton C. Don't know who particularly, but I'm pretty sure you get from somebody that's in Canton C, but if I'm wrong, you can correct me or add a bit more detail to that, like who specific person and the location maybe, whatever. But all I know is probably it's off a person in Canton C, it's best my memory. Which you use that, the chest part of it, and the other thing that you will need is ball suit, like tooless ball suit, which is the pants of it, so in other words the lower body. So we shall look for, can we find tooless? No, tooless. Found it. Ball suit tooless. Okay. Once you have that, it'll say you can make changes to parameters by adding more materials. Would you like to mix items? You obviously click on yes. And then the item you would use on it is an all regen crystal. So all regen crystal, which is here. And then that should come up. If you don't have that order, well, it needs to be the right thing. If you say, how about pants of the Seiyuki and possibly the upper body of the Balsuit Turles, it wouldn't work. It has to be this way around, just in case. Just in case it doesn't work as properly. This is just for safeties. Right, so I'll pause this video now, and then I'll resume it on when I get a successful QQ ban, and I'll tell you how many tries it took me. It makes things quicker for the video itself as well, and not being as long. Hello guys, I am back. I made quite a decent QQ ban right from the start. Like I said, I'll repeat the limit of it, what you could have had, which is, it says on here, on the thing, research thing, the mean thing, +4 is the mean on health, but for here we got +5. And for the key, it says on here -3, but on here we got -5. And for the stamina, it says here +4, whilst we got +5. And for the basic attacks, it says +5 on the mean thing. And on here we got +4. On strike supers, on here says, on the mean thing it says -5, while for us it says -1. And on the last one, key without supers, on the mean thing it says -3, which on here for us it shows a -4. Which, that's still around our limit. It's just a swapped couple of things around. If that does happen, it's still okay. It's around our limit. Like I said, it's the range of what you could have had. Well, it should be like roundabout. But still, I'll tell you how many tries this had took me. This had took me the very first try. So it was pointless in me pausing it, wasn't it? But it was a just in case moment. And somehow I got in my first try. Which, that's pretty impressive. So yeah, I would recommend this for, if you like these sort of stats, go for it. Go for this Cuckoo Pan sort of mix. And yeah, it's quite good Cuckoo Pan. Alright guys, for this next Cuckoo Ban, I'm being as my freezer because he is actually wearing the Cuckoo Ban that I used to make this recipe from before. So it's worth me telling it out to you guys anyway. So I should save my time. I actually remember how many times I actually done this to make this because I just made this recently. So yeah, so I already used this recipe before, so it does work. You can do it yourself as well. So firstly, to make this clothing, I'll tell you the stats that you could have. You can have the main range for this recipe that you can make. It could be -1 on health, +5 on ki, +4 on stamina, -3 on basic attacks, -5 on strike supers, and then +5 on ki blast supers. If you like the sound of that so far, then you should carry on listening. Right, now in order for you to get, you need Mira's clothing and Toa's clothing. But first, you need specific ones. So let me quickly tell you. You need the lower body. Okay, for this one. You need the lower bodies of them. So you need to buy Mira's clothing, lower body. And you need to buy Toa's lower body clothing. Once you got them two, which you find in the clothing shop, if it does not appear in your clothing shop, you may need to progress further in the game, if you have not already. So, anyway, once you got them, you will need to make... Wait, it's got Black Goku over there. Oh, to be fair, that kind of does look like a good bit. But anyway, enough of that. I'll go back to the Capsule Corp to show you the precise things you need to... I actually got two spare clothings of them for myself because of many times I've been spamming the blade thing. Anyway, I'll show you what you need. So you need to go to the lower body section, where you will find Mira's clothes. Then you do the same, but look for Toa's, which is just underneath Mira's. There we go. Then it says, would you like to combine these? And the item that you'll need to use is a Sensu Bean Sprout. If I can find it. Oh, I've got Sensu Bean Sprout, which that's just set up. Which it should look like this. If it doesn't look like this, well, you probably obviously mixed the things up, didn't you? Right. But also, I ain't gonna make it because I already made one. And I'll show you my outcome. And it took me 6 tries to get this Cuckoo Ban. So it was pretty much worth it. Oh yes, this was the Cuckoo Ban as well. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, I would say this is pretty much it. Yeah, this is it. So for this one, let's compare the mean to our actual one. So for the mean, it says health is like -1, but for us, surprisingly, is -5. Kind of shocking, but yeah. For key, for the mean, is +5, but for us, luckily enough, is +5, so it's the same as we're supposed to have. For stamina, it says on here +4. For us, is also it's just another +5. For the basic attack, on here is -3. Luckily for us, it's -2. It's not too bad. For strike supers, for us is -5, while for the mean is -5, but for us, luckily it's just -1. And for the last one, for the mean it's +5, but for us is +4 on Ki Blast supers. So it's quite good. If you like a look of a Kukuban, then this is recommended for you. I would probably use it for key-based characters, maybe. I would. Well, my Frieza's mainly a key-based character anyway, so I'm already using it, so yeah. Because it's good on Ki Blast supers and stamina. She's just definitely bad on health. But basic attacks and strike supers are not too bad. So there's that. So at least you can still have the melee bit there. And strike supers, I don't really care about strike supers because I barely never use them. So I don't really care about what happens to my strike supers whatsoever. So yeah, there's that Kukuban. Hello guys, for this next Kukuban, I find this perfect for me. It is unbelievable. It may be really bad on strike supers, but I literally don't care about strike supers, obviously, like I said, because I don't really use them. But this one is brilliant. I love this one, which I haven't even made yet, surprisingly, but I will get to it right now. So this next one, you need Oob's clothing, or Oob's clothing. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I am bad at pronouncing names, believe me. It is unbelievable. So if I do say it wrong, you can correct me, but I'm just really bad. I'm gonna say, my brother says it Oob's clothing. I'm gonna call it Oob from now. But then some of my other friends say it's Ub. But I'm just gonna call it Oob because my brother watches a lot more Dragon Ball than my friends do. So there's that. So I'm just gonna go with him. Anyway, I'm gonna call him Oob. Right, in order to get Oob's clothing, actually let me show you. You get from the Boo's like Majin Buu's house from one of the children. So let me just quickly show you. Sure. Right. I think you get from one of the children. I'm pretty much unsure of what color. I am totally blanked out on the color, actually. But you get from one of these children. I think it might be from the yellow. Or actually, I ain't gonna guess because half the time I get it wrong in the first place. But what you do, in order to get Oob's clothing, is kind of a rare chance. For me, it's quite rare. So if you don't have it, well, it's worth you trying to go to the Boos. So yeah. In case you're unsure on how to do the Boo things, you just give Boo food and then he'll make a child, which like he'll make like kids and that. So anyway, a certain color makes certain things. Like one of them makes super souls, the other one's items. Well, they don't make it; they just find it from their walks that you give them food to. Like for example, it says give food, which you give them food and then they go out on a walk. And then in the end, when they come back, they give you something. Like one of the colors gives you super souls, the other one gives you clothing, which the one that gives you clothing should give you a rare chance to get you Oobs clothes. And the other one gives you items, like all caps less is what I call them again. But if you're that desperate to get Oobs clothing, what I would recommend to do is, when you keep on feeding them, sometimes they say like they're changing. It says like to either guard or calm. I think if you go on guard, they change color. But if you make them calm, they don't change probably. Or it could be the other way around, but I think it's that way. And once they change color, they change to a certain color, which, you know, if you figure out what that color is that gives you clothing, try and make all the boos that very same color, and then probably that'll help you get you a higher chance. I just keep on giving them all food, and hopefully it'll give you a higher chance, that extra chance, in getting Oobs clothing. So, yeah. Well, that's enough of that. I think I kind of talked a bit too much, just a bit. Now let's go back to Capsule Corp. Right. So this one's kind of more complicated. You need Oobs feet. Wait. Let me quickly look for Oob. Where's Oob? I'm pretty sure I had Oob. Gives you the full set, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it does give you the full set, one of the things. If you're lucky to get Oobs clothing, they should give you the full set altogether. I don't remember. They do. It'd be kind of awkward. Awkward. So I don't have it. I didn't make it to a Cucupan, I'm sure. I can't assault it either. Right. What am I gonna do is, I'll try to have a look in the shop. It could be another way in getting Oobs clothing. If it is, well, thankfully enough, you don't need to spend that long method in talking with the boos. I'm pretty sure I had it, unless my brother used it on some sort of thing that I told him not to do. I'll try to look for Oobs clothing on you. See if that would work. Don't think it'll appear. No. TP mail shop. Clothing. Well, guys, depressingly, I do not have it. Oh, that's sad. I was gonna make that Cuckoo Band as well. Well, that's why I made it. But anyway, for those of you who do have Oops clothing, you would need Oops clothes, which are the shoes or feet, and you will need the gloves or the hands part of Oops clothes. Then what you need to use next is a sensu bean sprout, and then the results you should get is +5 for the health. This is just the mean. If you got something similar to it, then it's quite good. Once you go around about the range of it. So yeah, +5 on health, +2 on ki, +5 on stamina, and 0 on basic attacks, -5 on strike supers, and -1 on ki blast supers. So yeah, everything else is pretty much positive apart from ki blast supers in my mind, because so far I don't really care about strike supers. But if you do care about strike supers, then obviously this QQ Banda is not for you. But it makes a really decent QQ band, which I would recommend.